Welcome to the PB Products Innovation Series Part 2. This time it's with the Northern Monkey Brad and we're down at Thorny Weir, which is my favourite data kit in the UK. For those of you at home that don't know, the PB Products Innovation Series is all about showing you guys the innovative products that we have in the PB range and also helping you guys at home bring them into your angling and show you how to get the best out of them. It is heavily weedy at the minute at Thorny because it hasn't been cut back yet. So I'm kind of thinking that we're probably going to have a bit of a challenge on our hands. But for now, let's go and find some fish and get some rods out. So, swim choice. Where are we? What are we doing? Well, for the last 4 hours I've been dragging Ian around the lake because we've seen a lot of fish, but what we've been trying to work out is what fish are feeding. We've seen a few fish milling about and that's not what we want, because everybody can see fish milling about and it's all right getting excited the minute you do see fish milling about, but you need to see something different. So what we've done, we've ended up finding a few fish in the 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. Yeah, it's a 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 but I have fished it before. And the last session I did in here, I think I did 28 fish, something like that. 5 over 30 as well, so it was a decent session. It was hectic to say the least, but it worked well. So I've gone with the same tactics. We're going for 2 rods this time instead of 3 because the weed is absolutely mental. So with the weed being the way it is, if I was to put a 3rd rod out, it would probably just be a stupid decision on my behalf. It would probably be a hindrance and I'd probably end up just wiping myself out the minute I get a fish. So, 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, we've got a good bit of water in front of us. We've got a spot of fish before, which it looks like someone's been baiting it or at least been fishing it recently because it has opened up again. Throughout the day, we've been putting different bits of bait out. We've put a couple of spawns of floaters, a couple of fish came in and took. That's what sort of convinced me to sort of be in here because he was coming in, there'd be a very short feeding spell, they'd come up, they'd nail a load of floaters and then they'd go. So, just to be a bit more tactical, what I did was half a spawn of floaters, half a spawn of the mix I'm going to be fishing with. So we was getting a nice little cloud, there was a lot of liquid in it. I've been using the solubles, we've got some maggots and worm as well, just to try and trigger whatever's there. We've seen a lot of small fish on the spot. So ideally, if we can get them small fish feeding, we can also help clear the spot a little bit. But that won't matter too much because obviously we're going to be having the solid bags going out anyway. So within the solid bags, the innovative product is going to be the center impact leads. For anybody who doesn't know what a center impact lead is, a center impact lead is a lead that turns a lead clip into an inline lead without having to change the system. So within the system, you get to keep all the juicy, good aspects of the hit and run system. You get the fish safety. You also get the added indication, which is going to be absolutely crucial in this. There's a reason why I'm fishing braid, because the weed again is mental, but it's also due to the fact that the minute them fish pick that hook bait up, they only have to swim 2 foot and they're straight in the weed. So potentially I could have a barbless hook on with a fish sat in the weed, which is the opposite of exactly what I want. So going back to the system, it's a very unique product that was bought out by PB recently and it caused an absolute storm when it hit the market. I'm a lazy angler. I don't want to keep chopping and changing systems 24/7. I absolutely love the hit and runs. I fish them pretty much everywhere. These rods are set up still from France last week. They've got a shield leader on, they've got the hit and run leg clip system on, and they've got the same rig that I take absolutely everywhere. I don't want to keep changing, but if I can gain a little edge, as in putting the center impact lead on, onto the current system, and all I have to do is tie a rig, put it in a solid bag and cast it out, that makes my life easier. I can spend more time looking for fish, I can spend more time baiting up, I can spend more time doing what I need to do than cutting, chopping and changing everything around or having to carry a different set of rods just to be able to fish something completely different. So this setup ticks all the boxes that I need for any venue across the UK, across Europe, anything. The only additional extra I need now to fish an inline lead is to just chuck a few leads in my bag and I've got the option whenever I need it. So just to round up, 2 rods going out tonight, that's all that's needed. 3's a crowd, 2 solid bags with a center impact lead system, but for now I'm going to get some dinner for the southerners, tea for the northerners, and hopefully next time you see me, I'm holding a big scaly Colne Valley carp up. Well, I said the next time you see me, I'd be with a Colne Valley Scaly, and that's exactly that. What a fish. Looks a bit spawned out, a little bit thinner than usual. But yeah, centre impact leads in them solid bags working really well. Still a bit feisty at the minute, I can feel it tensing up. Yeah, centre impact lead came off, which is exactly what I set it to. We get a lot of questions about the centre impact leads and whether the lead is going to come off or not, and did exactly what it was meant to. I managed to get the fish up over the weed and straight in the net. But looks like it's got a bit of damage from spawning, so let's get some 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 on it and get it back. So we've just got that fish back, nice and safe. Put a bit of fish cur on it, which I'll touch up on in a minute. But what I've been doing for the solid bags is using the new PVA easy load system. When they told me these were coming out, it was like music to my ears. I actually celebrated a little bit, because fishing the lead clip setup that I do, the hit and run, and the rigs that I do, it's super easy because all I need is one lead straight onto a solid bag system. What I just leave in the van, I can nip to the van and grab it, and I'm fishing solid bags, and it's super easy for me. So inside the kits, you get a set of bags, you get 2 tools with it, and you get a handy little compartment where you can leave it in, which keeps them nice and tidy and also keeps out any moisture that might get on the bags. So I'm going to tie some up now and get some back out. Yesterday I literally stripped back my old rigs because I used jelly wire, took the coating off, put a new hook on, and they went out. And this is what I mean by I'm quite a lazy angler. I like to reuse things, and I don't like to change that much, because usually I'll see something and I need to get on it as fast as possible, because that's just the way my brain works. So going on to the fish cur. In terms of fish cur, I don't think it's spoke about enough in the fishing industry. I don't think it's spoken enough about on the bank. I think you get a lot of keyboard warriors that go on about fish cur, but in theory they don't actually do it in their own fishing. And that's why PB Products bring out certain products. So we've now got a new water bucket coming out, which has got a massive handle, which is going to not only save your back and your knees, but it's going to make it easier when you're in that chaotic situation of trying to get a fish sorted. You might be on your own, you're trying to get a camera or whatever, and you can just throw it out, get some water, super easy. You don't have to put the waders on, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to get in the water, because also getting in the water when you're on your own is again quite dangerous. But in terms of actual fish cur and curring for the fish when when they've caused damage or they have damage, what we use is the 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 UK. These are a great bit of kit. Not only do they have the bacterial swabs, but they also have a 3-phase kit. So you get a cleaning rag with it, you get a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So phase 1 is a spray, then you put phase 2 straight over the top, and then phase 3 is a powder, and you literally just put it over the top of that. You don't need to wet it all, and this stuff stays on a hell of a lot longer than the majority of the other fish cur kits available on the market, because it's made for that. So basically all you do, again, I reiterate, clean the wound, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and this stuff can stay on for up to 7 days depending on the environment that it's in, and it doesn't need to be wet. So I'm going to get fishing again. There's quite a few fish milling about, so fingers crossed we can get some more on the bank. Mood in the camp is very high at the minute, but we're sort of lacking on tactics. So I've been floater fishing pretty much most of the day up until this point now, where I'm staring at a single. We've run out of floaters. Ill preparation on my behalf, but I am, you know, a working man. I have my own business, so it's really hard sometimes to actually just get out there and prep for fishing. So we've stared at the lake all day pretty much. We've seen a couple of fish show, and usually Thorny is a dolphin show at all times. Usually everywhere you look on the lake, you can at least see some form of signs, some fish showing, but at the minute it is literally a football pitch. It is weed from top to bottom, apart from maybe a quarter of the lake, I would say. And it also looks like not many other people are really doing that well. I know a few people have had a couple of fish, and they're pretty decent swims. The swimmer did one on the far side. That was taken when we got here. And probably my second choice is also taken, and then probably my third choice is also taken as well. So in theory, I didn't really see any point in moving or trying to get something going because we was low on floaters, and the hot swims, as you would call them, are pretty much taken. So instead, we've sat here, tried to get them going. I know for a fact when them bags go out, I'm going to be 100% confident tonight. I've changed things up a little bit, as yesterday I personally think that that fish that I had this morning pretty much took a hook, mate. I don't think there was anything left of the bag. We had maggots in the bag. I had pellets in the bag, and I also had some powder in the bag as well. And I personally think, seeing that many small fish on the spot today, I don't think there was much left apart from the little orange pop-up that I had out. So instead, we're adding the solubles. It also bulks it out a little bit. It helps get the bags get a little bit harder, but it basically gives me a multitude of different breakdown times. So for those who don't know about breakdown times, pellets, quite hard, take on water really easy, then turn to mush. Solubles are designed to dissolve. So within 2 hours, you should at least start getting some form of breakdown. And I've seen this many times in France. I've watched the crays do it. They come in, fish come in, small fish hit it, creates a cloud, creates a lot more attraction. And then if you can add a bit of liquid to it as well, it is literally the #1 thing when using solid bags. It's everything you can ask for. You get the liquid attractant, you get a long-lasting attractant, and you also get, obviously, the instant attraction once the bag dissolves. So for the rest of the evening now, we're going to sit down and watch all the planes coming up over the back across this football pitch of a lake. But Thorny Weir, I must admit, is my favourite place to fish. I absolutely love it. It's not the most manicured, but what a place it is. And all that's left to do now is refresh the rods, get them back out there on the spot, stick a load of bait out, and get some dinner or tea, depending on where you come from. And hopefully the next time you see me, I'll be holding up a 𝗃𝗏𝗵𝗿 scaly carp. So that first light morning bite just didn't turn up this morning, which is unfortunate. I was expecting a few fish because the spot has grown a little bit, and that's one thing that I always advise people to do, is keep looking at the water. We've noticed that that spot has gone, you know, a couple of foot either side, which means they have been in there. I'm not sure whether it's just down to presentation or whether they've just been having it off on the particles that have sort of gone to the sides and stuff like that. Who knows? I've got a flight to catch very soon, so we've had to cut the session short just a little bit, which is not ideal, but you know, I've got to fly to Holland for work, so the rods are coming in early. Just to touch up on the centre impact lead again, the centre impact lead speaks for itself. It's in the name. That means that when a fish picks your rig up, the centre of gravity on the lead means that the fish feels the full weight of the lead on the bottom. Couple that with a hit and run system and you pretty much don't need anything else. So we also do a lead system and a lead itself. The lead systems come with a leader and also a handy little tool which you can slide inside the lead, and it turns the centre impact lead from an inline into an actual pearl lead as well, which just sits on the lead clip and off you go. So you get two systems in one, which I think is absolutely brilliant. Incorporating that with the fish safety aspect of the hit and run system as well, and also the added indication. And then if your lake allows it, you put on braid. It is probably the most sensitive system you can use out there on the market today. I absolutely love it. So that's enough about the tackle. Got to get the rods in now. Unfortunately, I have somewhere to be. I've got to go and get on a plane and go to Holland, so we've had to cut it short. I have missed bite time, which is not the best, but you know, hopefully we get to do this again. Ian's been absolutely brilliant, and thank you to all at 𝗃𝗏𝗵𝗿 for this. Drop it in the comments below and let us know if you'd like to see the northern monkey versus Ian the southern furry in a big series across the Carpology channel.